Hello and welcome back to another episode of Digital Road Trip. My name is Wizzy0. You can also call me Wizzy. And today, of course, we are continuing along towards Fayetteville, North Carolina. I almost blanked on the destination that we were heading towards. But, like I said, we are heading towards Fayetteville. I keep, for some reason, thinking that I'm heading towards Raleigh, North Carolina, but I forget that that's not the current destination. It's Fayetteville. So now, after the last episode, I did take a look at the map, of course, just to see where we were, which way we were heading. And I did it a little bit before this episode as well, or before the live stream, in which case I am currently live streaming this. I typically do my live streams on Tuesdays at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Typically I will be recording GeoGuessr and Digital Road Trip on the live stream, but of course this week there was no GeoGuessr, and that's because GeoGuessr unfortunately was not working, so not a whole lot I can do about that. So this week's live stream was just this video right here, Digital Road Trip. But anyways, yeah, next Tuesday, if you'd like to go stop by the live stream, you can. I will provide a link to my Twitch channel down in the description below for those of you watching on YouTube. But yeah, now you know the place and time to be, so hopefully I'll see you guys in next week's live stream. But yeah, anyways, back to talking about the Digital Road Trip here. Like I said before this video or live stream, I did take a look at the map again, just to kind of see where we were again, like I mentioned. And I know, like I mentioned, it's kind of cheating to plan out the way that to head to the destination, but I kind of did that anyways, so shame on me. But I wanted to do that too because I took a look to see, since this is highway like right here, I wanted to see if most of the other major routes are gonna be like that, and unfortunately basically most of the major routes we probably would have taken to get to Raleigh, North Carolina here would have been highway-like. So I want to get more into these towns. So like I said, I kind of planned a route towards that to get to Raleigh, where it's not all highway-like. Because like I said, if the way we would have gone would have been highway-like basically until we get to Raleigh, and possibly even further past Raleigh. So typically I won't do that, and you guys I think know that for the most part, and I've mentioned that I don't want to do that. We just need to try and figure out how to get there, and I mean we still are. It's just like I said, I kind of planned ahead in a way. The general direction anyways, the general roads I want to go on, or need to go on. But yeah, anyways. But most of these roads, I mean, are going to be basically following the same road for quite some time anyways. So, yeah. Guess I can't really think of anything else I want to add to that. Oh yeah, basically, we are heading towards, what was it, Greensboro, North Carolina. So we should, I would think, be somewhere right around there by the end of this episode, or at least some point in this episode. Now I don't know how long it's been since I pressed record. I feel like it's been a few minutes. It's been about 5 minutes. I just want to kind of take a look at the time. Make sure we don't go, it's okay if we go a little bit longer than I want to, but that way we kind of know when to stop. So it is currently 3:42. I started about 3:37 or so. So if we go to just after 4, basically, Eastern time here, and that, of course, it's more relevant if you're like watching the live stream. But anyways, yeah, if I go to about 4, then that should be a good amount of time for the video here. About half an hour, typically like what we normally would do. Okay, we're actually in Greensboro right now, looking at the top left. And I forgot to mention that we did start in Brown's Summit. I can't believe I actually remembered that, but yeah, we started in Brown's Summit for this episode. Well, that's where obviously we left off last episode as well. So maybe we'll actually be through Greensboro by the end of the video. We're now officially in the city limits, and hence that sign that we just passed a little bit ago. Or, yeah, a couple hundred feet down the road. No, excuse me. The Resurrection of Life Ministries. So, is that like a little church or something? What is that? Got like an old gas station sort of building right here. Gonna keep going this way. Yeah, see, now this is an actual church. But the other one, I'm not entirely sure what it was. Yeah, no clue. Anyways, I'm gonna keep going. Some of these homes that we're gonna getting towards are kind of in sad shape, and that place looks like it hadn't been lived in for like a century. No, not that long, but for quite some time anyways, probably 20, 25 years, I'm guessing. Quarter of a century. Maybe. I don't know. Iglesia Nueva Vida New Life Church. It's not quite the church. Is this like the old church or something like that? Oh, I think it's actually somebody's house. Maybe. You never know. Fire station. One of many, I'm sure, that Greensboro has. Another church. Have a gate for their parking lot, which I find kind of interesting. Maybe they don't want people doing drug deals or whatever in their parking lot. Some of these buildings are kind of interesting, to say the least. The church. It's one thing I know about like the southern part of the U.S. is they like their churches. Is that a chimney? Kind of looks like it, doesn't it? That's kind of strange. It looks like it's going right down onto the porch. But interesting. Like I said, some of these buildings are definitely interesting, to say the least, like I said. Okay, so I would assume we're probably going to get more into downtown Greensboro here in a few minutes. And it's definitely getting busier here. Is that a hotel or something? Yeah, it looks like a hotel. When I was looking at the map kind of in this area, it seemed like it was going to be more like an actual like downtown area, like high-rise buildings and everything like that, but coming through here, it doesn't really seem like it. Definitely not what I had imagined. That's for sure. I feel like we're kind of merging with what we were on before. Which is, I mean, fine. Actually, no, we're not. Just came across to like give it like a high five or something like that. Charles D. McIver, High School Ahead. That's weird. High School Ahead Academy. McIver. That reminds me of one of the MacGyver episodes. Not the new MacGyver, but one of the old MacGyver episodes. Where he goes back, I think it was like season 7, like the last season or something like that. It was a 2-part episode where he had gone back into like medieval times. Well, actually, no. Basically, at the beginning of it, spoiler alert, by the way, if you haven't watched it, although this came out in like what, the 80s. But anyways, like beginning of the episode, him and his friend went to basically like a genealogy place, and so he was like learning about his family. And after they had left, they were walking down the sidewalk, and MacGyver noticed that a plant was like, people were like moving like plants or something up above by a window or whatever, and it ended up coming crashing down. It looked like it was going to crash down on this other person, so MacGyver kind of like rushed over, pushed him out of the way, and he ended up getting hit. And basically after that, he kind of went in like a dream state where he was in medieval times. And like it's kind of interesting because like he's still wearing like his modern clothes and everything, and he ends up trying to basically help his revive his family name or something like that. Which was back then the MacIver family name instead of MacGyver. But anyways, yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. That's what that reminded me of anyways. But yeah, see, this is more what I was thinking about when I thought about downtown Greensboro here. This is quite the bridge, by the way, too. Railroad bridge, I'm assuming. Kind of looks like it. I know usually the railroad bridges, the ones that have they're all steel like that. Must be another school, I'm assuming, over there. Some construction going on down that way. We're gonna kind of go through town here a little bit. And eventually we're going to be heading south and then back east because we kind of went a little bit too far west. Oh, excuse me. Which I mean is fine. Because it gives us the chance to go through downtown Greensboro here. To be fair, there's really not much for high-rise buildings, aren't there? There's like, what, 4 of them? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 or 7. I don't know, but not many anyways. Friendly Ave. East Friendly Ave, actually. But yeah, for the most part, I mean, that's an older building. That's pretty cool with the clock there on the... I don't know if it's just a clock or they put like messages or whatever. Kind of reminds me of one of the buildings in Portland, Maine here. They have like a little clock thing up top of it that... Oh yeah, they kind of do the same thing. Kind of goes through the time, the temperature, and then they'll have like a little ad like for like insurance, like Joe Bornstein or something like that. It kind of looks like they do the same thing with that one. Got like a little park over here next to a parking lot. Stop ahead. Another older railroad bridge here. Looks like they redid this intersection. I'm assuming at some point there used to be traffic that went through this way as well. Kind of made this park like a little roundabout, I guess, it looks like. So, and then we also have a railroad crossing over here too. Oh, well, actually the railroad bridge is right there too, so that makes sense. It'd be a railroad crossing. Never mind. I'm fine. Got like a little sculpture thing here. So we're gonna keep going this direction, I guess. Like a historic district or something like over here or something. Something. I know I keep saying something. Or kept saying something. That building has definitely seen better days. Martin Luther King Avenue or Junior Drive. I was gonna say, what was this, like a little jail or something like that? Looks like it's an old, or it was at one point, a fire station. But it's now a community enrichment center. New Zion Missionary Baptist Church. Interesting. It looks like there used to probably be other buildings on either side of it here. Well, that's the only one that's remained. Old Animal Hospital building. You know, I probably could have just stopped in Greensboro there, right downtown. Because we're right about 4 o'clock. It feels like I haven't been recording that long though. Oh, 21 minutes. So actually, yeah, we'll keep going for about another 10 minutes then. So we'll go for about 4:10 maybe. Around there. Which is another 12 minutes. Definitely getting out of town, that's for sure. Getting into the south side of town. Gonna keep going straight. Is this like a golf course or something like that? Driving range. There is a golf course there, yeah. The school. Of course, in cities like this, you're gonna have a lot of schools. It's like I know Bangor here, we have, oh geez, I feel like I've mentioned this before, but we have, let's see, like 4 K through 3 schools. Like basically how Bangor is split up, you have an east section and the west section, so like East Bangor, West Bangor. And so you have like 2 K through 3 schools on the east side and 2 on the west. And then you'll have 2 4th, 5th grade schools, 1 on each side. I feel like that's not right though. No, I guess it is. 2 4th, 5th schools, 1 on each side. Then 2 6th, 7th, 8th schools, 1 on each side, and then 1 high school. So that's what, like 9 schools at least. May even be 6 K through 3 schools total. So yeah, we have about like 10 schools here in Bangor. I'm sure like cities like this probably have way more than that, but I don't know, maybe not. We're heading towards Liberty, 19 miles, Siller City 29, and Sanford 55 miles. Old US 421. Which we're not going to stay on for very long because this is, even though this basically does head towards Fayettville kind of, this is going to be like this pretty much for almost the entire time. So we're going to get off here, go this way just for a little bit. And yeah, this is kind of where like the whole planned area comes into play, like where we were gonna head towards. What is this? Binko, was it? Bimco plumbing supply. Huh. Anyways, moving on. Still technically in Greensboro. I would assume probably not going to be in Greensboro very much longer. Well, technically on the mini-map here, you can see that I guess it's kind of like a section of Greensboro. Vandalia. And in fact, I think the way I kind of planned on it, that's like when I looked at that, we're going to be going through Climax, North Carolina. So that's something to look forward to, I guess. If you like strange town names. Okay, let's keep going, please. So one thing I've noticed is we really haven't had an issue like that for quite some time. Olympics something? No idea. Seasons keep changing. Obviously different times where these have been taken, or these images have been taken, but Pleasant Garden Road self-storage. I was gonna say this is another river crossing, but it doesn't look like it. Looks like it's more like a highway crossing. Or bridge rather, whatever. Yeah, that's Interstate 85. Starting to get into the swamps, I guess. You know, some swamps anyways. Now, after the last episode as well, last week's episode of Digital Road Trip here, I did also take a look to see what the following destinations might be. And I think, let me see, because I know like we were gonna head towards like South Carolina afterwards, and I'll just have to bring the map up on my phone real quick just to take a look. I think I'm kind of going off track of where I planned for this episode for this. But you know what? That's fine. Like I said, I shouldn't be planning anyways, so. So, it looks like I think Fayettville to... Yeah, I believe it was Charleston, South Carolina that we'd be able to go to next. And then maybe we'd be able to stretch it to Jacksonville, Florida for the following destination. And I think we might go to like Orlando. After that, go to like Disney World. Have that be one of our destinations. Maybe head towards Key West or something like that, and then we can head up. Start heading back up north, heading probably more towards like Texas go up around that way. But of course, that's still going to be like probably another quite a few episodes from now, about 15, 20 episodes maybe. I don't know, but anyways, it's 4:07 right now, so I think I'm gonna start looking for a place where we can stop. And we're still technically in North Carolina, or of course we're still in North Carolina. I mean, still in Greensboro rather. Which is, oh man, there we go. Now we're in Pleasant Garden. Just after I had mentioned that, we now crossed over. Interesting. So it seems like we're getting more towards the center of town for here, Pleasant Garden. That's kind of a cool subway. Now, one thing I do want to mention, since we are kind of like down into like this region, mid-southern region or whatever, I mean, not exactly near like Tennessee or anything like that, but I did see, as of me recording this and doing the live stream and everything, I did see about the tornadoes and through Nashville area, so I am sending my thoughts to all of those of you that are possibly live in that area, or those people who were affected from the tornadoes in the Nashville, Tennessee area. So scary. Like, I think I had a cousin and her fiance. I think like a few days ago, I saw that they were like in Nashville or something like that, so I'm just hoping if they were down that way that they're okay. I'm sure they are, but still, I know I see the death toll keeps climbing. Like earlier I saw like there was 8, now last I heard there was like 22 deaths, so like I said, hopefully if any of you are affected by the tornadoes, like I said, I'm hoping good things will come. And yeah, so I just wanted to kind of mention that real quick. So we're at 410 right now. We're kind of heading the wrong direction now, so I don't know if I really want to go down that way or not. I don't know. Let's keep going this way for now. And eventually we'll head east. So I think fairly soon we should be able to find a good spot to stop. I mean, these fields are kind of... could be a good spot, but I want to keep going a little bit further anyways. I feel like where we're currently at, even if we go a little bit further, we should still have pretty good spots to stop at. I'm hoping. I hope I don't get too far down. It'll just be forest on either side. It's kind of looking like it, isn't it? You know what, we're gonna head this direction. And now we have nighttime images, that's nice. That's fine though. I can always change it too with this. Maybe if we get to a good spot where we can stop, I'll change it so it's not nighttime. But yeah, anyways. Can't think of anything else I want to say, I guess. Oh, now it's daytime. And it's dusk and it's day. It's like when you're playing a video game and you keep changing the time of day, like Minecraft or whatever, you keep changing it back and forth between night and day. I guess, I don't know. Large field over that way. Oh, and I just noticed we are in Climax now, so that's notable, I guess. I think the way I wanted to go, we would have come out through there. So we kind of got back on track, basically, so... yeah. Climax. Climax Volunteer Fire Department. Climax Plaza. Now I think... yeah, I want to go down 22 here. So we're going to go down this way for a little bit. We're at 4:15 right now, so... I mean, yeah, those other fields we definitely could have stopped at, I suppose, but... maybe there's something up here we can use to stop at. Oh, maybe on the left here. You know what? I think that would work. Unless it looks like there might be another field to the right up here. You know, I'm gonna go back to where we were by the horses there, and we're gonna stop there. So, yeah, like right there. That looks good. So yeah, anyways, I guess that's just about gonna do it for this episode, though. We made it through, like, what, 2 towns? 3 towns, basically. Worked our way from Brown Summit to Greensboro, which we were in for most of the episode. Then through, the other one I can't even think of, and now we're in Climax, but... yeah, anyways, typically for those of you watching on Twitch, I would say don't go around, or to stick around, or don't go anywhere, because there's typically more to see, but because Geoguessr is down, unfortunately, like I mentioned. I mean, you could stick around, I guess, for the end of the live stream, if you want. But yeah. Anyways, for those of you watching on YouTube, like I mentioned, that is just about going to do it for this episode. So hopefully you've enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a thumbs up. And of course, as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye!